Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and it is time for the Gnome Dies Safari Add Ons Assembly video. So I'm using the new Gnome Dies Safari Add Ons along with our Gnome Dies and Jaded Blossom's Girl Gnome Dies. And I'm also using the P13 Stamping Pad Skintones, this Safari Kids cardstock matte stack from Die Cuts with a View. So first I cut out this super cute gnome from American Crafts black cardstock. It doesn't matter, it doesn't show. That's just the base layer. Then now I'm going to glue down his little beard. His little beard was cut from a dark brown cardstock from Bazzill. And I did ink around the edges with some Close to My Heart White Daisy pigment ink, just so it stands out a little bit from the background. Now I do some gnome surgery and cut off the top of the hat. And next, the little safari outfit was cut from paper from the Die Cuts with a View Safari Kids matte stack. Now, I also had some cardstock from American Crafts that would have worked. I was just going for a khaki kind of look. So, and this color match. So the front of the hat will line up with the front of the beard. And then you're going to want to add the back of the hat behind the gnome, and the hat will line up perfectly. So I'm just going to glue it down using my Barely Art glue. As per usual, all my die cutting today was done with my Anna Griffin Empress machine. I'm using Barely Art glue, working on a Stampin' Up pad, reverse tweezers, all the things. Next, I'm adding on this little hat band, and that was cut from dark chocolate cardstock from Paper Tray Ink, and I do weight it down in between. Next, I'm going to pop up his little feet. His feet were cut from P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones. Remember, that's available over on the Jaded Blossom store, or at the Jaded Blossom store under Fun Extras. Now, obviously, if I was on a safari, I would not go barefoot. That just sounds crazy, but he looks super cute with his bare feet. Next, I'm going to add his little mustache cut out of that same dark brown cardstock from Bazzill, however it's said. Next, I'm going to pop up his little nose with some Stampin' Up dimensionals, the miniature ones, using my reverse tweezers, and I'm just going to get that in place. Oops, and of course I lifted up the little mustache. Now, the reason why I ink around the mustache and the beard is because you'll see that the mustache actually stood out there. Next, I've got the little girl gnome cut first out of American Crafts black cardstock. There we are. And I'm adding this little dress. Now I'm going to have to do some surgery, but I thought I would do that after I stuck the dress down, just so I know where I'm cutting. There we go. So I'm just trimming off where the little, waist part of the dress shows. So I'm just pulling that off. There we go, and getting it in place. Remember, this little adorable little outfit was cut from cardstock from that Die Cuts with a View Safari Kids. It's an oldie, but I'm just using a khaki color. So I'm just layering those two pieces on top of each other. Next, this, let me see. I should have glued this little belt on first, but learn from my mistakes. Next is the little kerchief that I cut from Bo Bunny's Natural Necessities Double Dot paper. It's a 36-page 6-inch pad. It's an oldie but goodie. And I kind of liked the pattern. And I realized, I should have put that little belt on first. So I'm adding the belt that's cut from dark chocolate cardstock from Paper Tray Ink, and then Recollections gold foil cardstock for the belt buckle. So I'm just adding those down. And then I'm going to stick the little kerchief down over top. There is some stitching lines that sort of tells you where that goes. Next, I'm going to add on this little knotted piece. We'll layer it up. It just adds some more details. I could have inked around the edges of this stuff, but I found that the stitching and everything kind of separated everything enough. There we are. Now I'm going to pop up the 2 feet. Same thing. That P13 Stamping Pad Skin Tones. Next, we have to glue down the face that's cut out of that same cardstock. And you're going to be overlapping the kerchief a little bit. I know that looks a little bit crazy right now, but remember, we have to add the hair and everything. Next, we're just measuring where that hat's going to end up. And I'm going to do some gnome surgery by cutting off the top of this hat. There we go. And then I'm going to add my glue to the top of what's left over, along with just the top of the face there, the forehead of this gnome. And I'm just lining up the front of the hat. There we are. Now next, I'm going to line up the back piece. This is the easiest way I found to get this hat lined up correctly. And I'm just going to add my Barely Art glue, and then I'm going to line up the hat, the front to the back. I really love how this paper, this khaki the khaki color looks. Now next I'm going to put together the little goggles that go on that hat band. I guess it's a goggle band. And I'm just layering up American Crafts cardstock and Smoky Shadow cardstock from Paper Tray Ink. And then I'm going to pop both of them up with a Stampin' Up! Dimensional. Now, when I was putting these gnomes together, I referred to like a retro safari look, and then I looked at images, and a picture of this gentleman kind of popped into my feed, and he was wearing this fun little safari outfit with the helmet, and I thought, oh, perfect. Now I can, you know, reference the look correctly. So next I'm going to add the little hat band on this safari girl. There we are, just lining things up. And that's that same Paper Tray Ink dark chocolate cardstock. And I'm going to add her hair in, and that is Bazzill or Bazzill. I never know how to say that right, in dark brown. So I'm giving her some fun little braids. There we go. And I'm going to pop up her little nose with two little Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. I'll overlap the hat just a tiny bit. There we go. Isn't she cute? I love her little like neutral look. It's just kind of fun. Now I'm going to add on, so the base piece is American Crafts black cardstock, and then the little, you know, circles or donuts or whatever you want to call them, or edges, are Smoky Shadow Paper Tray Ink cardstock. So it's like a dark gray. Next, I'm going to add on some little bows, and that's cut from that same khaki cardstock. And I'm just slipping them in behind the toes there, using my reverse tweezers. I probably could have put those on before I put the feet on, but you know. There we go. Isn't she cute? She just needs her little goggles. And we're just going to pop them onto the little headband there. I do add, after this video, I do add some glossy accents to the center of those goggles just to make them look a little shiny, but I didn't put that in the video. There we go. So next I'm going to put together this little backpack. So first I am going to add on, so first of all, the main color of this backpack was cut from that same khaki colored cardstock from the Die Cuts with a View Safari Kids matte stack. It's an oldie. Next, this kind of olive color is also from that same matte stack. There we go. But that the little sleeping bag, that was cut from Bo Bunny's Natural Necessities Double Dot designs. So it's kind of like a mustard dot. Then I'm just adding on. Now the little handle, you know, on top was dark chocolate cardstock from Paper Tray Ink. And now I'm going to add on this olive. So just lining everything up using my reverse tweezers and my Barely Art glue. Makes it really easy. There we go. Adding on these last couple of pieces, and then I'll have a super cute backpack. There we are. Just going to add the buckle. That's that same dark chocolate cardstock from Paper Tray Ink again. And then I'll add the little buckle on, which makes it look fun, right? And there we have it. I just think it's an adorable little backpack. So this is an A2 size card base, just so you can see the size. There, you can fit two of them sideways, or, you know, vertically. There we go. So thank you so much for stopping by, and be sure to check out more videos over on the Jaded Blossom YouTube site and the Lee Kubinick YouTube site. Bye, everybody.